You tuned into the 7-Day Theory. Hard body, hard spirit.
All right. So you speak on a lot of Black culture and Black issues. I know a lot of people can ask you and have questions or wondering, what is your race?
So my comments be filled with this type of rhetoric, this type of questions, right? And more of the you're not black, or you don't look black, right? It's 2025, people. Let me tell you something. We gotta really redefine what race is today, right? And how we define race. First of all, let's just get this on the table. I'm half Greek, half black, but I identify as a black man because my experience living in America and growing up and living how I look and who I am has been, my experience has been that of someone that is 100% black, right? 5 years old, at 5 years old, 5-year-old kid, my first time I experienced racism was at 5 years old from another kid. So that just shows you what he was being taught, right? And this still goes on today, where people teach their kids to don't date certain races, don't you better not bring home this race, you better not date this guy, this race, and they teach their kids to hate us, hate black people, right? Black people, we ain't grow up like that. We was not raised to hate anybody, definitely not of a race, right? I judge people off their actions, their words, what they do, their heart, their character. That's how I judge people. Now this kid, I was with my cousin, went over to his mom's house, my aunt through marriage. We were playing in the backyard. I think my cousin was doing something. He left me. This kid came from next door, and we get to talking. I remember this vividly, still to this day. We were talking and whatever. I don't know what brought about him saying that. All I remember vividly is him saying, "I'm not allowed to play with black kids. I'm not allowed to play with black people," right? And it shocked me then, and I can still feel that feeling. And I remember having a conversation to his mom and to my cousin and his sister and my other cousin, and they was real supportive. This is my Greek side, my white side that I was at, right? Black people, we didn't grow up like that, and if there are black people that did grow up like that, it's a very, very small percentage. We know how it feels to be judged for the color of your skin, something that nobody got to pick or choose what race they was born, right? So to hate someone off of that, something that no one can choose, not white, not brown, not yellow, not black, nobody got to choose their race. So to hate somebody for the color, for their race, something that is predetermined or destined that you don't have no choice in, is crazy and wild. I would never understand that way of thinking ever. And I can't stand that way of thinking. That's why I speak up on these issues. That's why I say and talk on the issues that I do and say the things that I do, is because I think it's real stupid and real ignorant and just wrong to have this way of thinking. And America, look, we were slaves, oppressed, Jim Crow, right? This has been America's history, is to treat us like second-class citizens, literally had us as slaves, right? And I really feel like we haven't got our just due for any of that. And the reason why I say I identify as a black man, right, as a black person, even though I look the way I do, and I'm gonna speak on people not looking what their race is, what their DNA actually is, right? But I bring up these issues and I identify as black because my experience is that of a 100% black person. There's no difference. If I was born in slavery, I'd have been a slave just like everybody else. When racist white people don't like black people, they hate me just the same. There'd be a whole bunch of people in my comments oh, you're not black. You look white. You look Puerto Rican. You look Mexican. Look, I look like how I look like, right? I know I could pass for a few different things, right? But the truth is, in my blood, in my DNA, I'm black, black and Greek, right? But I'm black, so I can look like however I look like. That's just looks. If a white person and a black person have a kid, they could come out dark, really dark, right? Or they can come out really light and have more European or white features. It's just genetics. That's all it is. But in my blood, in my DNA, is black DNA, black blood, right? And it's 2025. We done mixed. There is nobody that is 100% one race. If you think you one race, take a DNA test at ancestry.com, whatever, and I bet you will have more than one race. For everybody that is so gung ho about you can't do this, you're not black, and all that. First of all, I think it's weird for people to. It don't even be on videos that where I'm speaking on my race. It just be on issues that I'm speaking on that's in the black culture or community that they feel like I shouldn't be speaking on these topics. And it's more I gotta be honest with you, it's mostly people that are not black that are saying this, right? Mostly. Mostly a small percentage of black people be like, oh wait, you're mixed, you're not black, right? Small percentage do say that. But mostly it's people from other races that try to tell me what I am or who I am. I think it's weird for people to even care or to even try to tell somebody. How can one human tell another human what they are or what's in their blood, or because I look like this, I'm not that. I don't need nobody's validation. I validate myself. I'm already validated from being born and knowing who my dad is, who my mom is. And there's only two opinions that matter of me, right? That's me and God. That's it. Don't nobody else's opinion matter of me, but mine and my higher power. That's it. I think if a lot more people had that way of thinking, a lot more people would be less stressed out and be better off, right? Too many people like to live their life based on other people's opinions of them, or worried about they stay in that box, right? They stay in that box because they're scared of what other people will say, think, or feel about them. I don't subscribe to that at all. I'm an individual first. I've always been an individual. My mom raised me single mother, but me and her clashed growing up because I had my way of thinking and looking at the world, and she had hers, and it was different. And so I always been an individual first. I didn't let my parents, right, dictate who I was or what I did. I moved off how my God wanted me to move and how I wanted to move and who I wanted to be. So yeah, and let's break this down. People, this is 2025. There are Native Americans, right, that got mostly European features that are real light, or some that look like straight black people that are Native American people. They don't look like their race, but they are still that race, right? I would never tell nobody, oh no, you look like that, so you not that. I would never even say that. That's weird. Weird as hell. There are Mexican people. Look at who Canelo. When I first seen Canelo Alvarez, I did not know he was Mexican at all until he started speaking. I did not think he had red hair. I never seen a Mexican with red hair. He had red hair, light skin, light, right? But he's Mexican or South American or something, right? I did not know that from looking at him. But guess what? That's just the outside appearance. That's all cosmetics. Don't judge a book by its cover, right? Just because something looks like something, or because something looks like something to you, just to you, right? Because you're only one person, don't mean that that's what it is. People be so narrow-minded and so in the box that they do not think freely. They do not have open minds that, oh, well, if something doesn't look the way I think it should look and how it looked in the past, then you can't be that. Guess what? I'm here, 7 day. I'm that. I'm that. Yeah, it's me. So yeah, I identify as black because that's been my experience. I've experienced racism, even from family, right? Our friends of family. I've heard as a kid racial comments and racial slurs, you know what I mean, that type of stuff from my white side, and it's really disappointing and ignorant. Um, yeah, it's just tough for me. It's disappointing. So yeah, um, I know who I am, and I'm fine with that. I'm gonna keep being who I am. So yeah, that's what I am.